Listen carefully, this message is not random. God brought you here for a reason. You have been strong for a long time. You smiled even when your heart was tired. You kept moving forward even when you felt lost. God says, I see your struggles. I see your tears. And I see your faith. Sometimes life feels unfair. Sometimes doors close without explanation, but God says, I am not delaying your blessings. I am preparing you for them. What you are going through right now is not the end of your story. It is the training ground for your next level. God says, do not compare your journey with others. I am working in silence for you. Every delay has a purpose, every pain has a lesson. Every tear you cried was counted by God. When you feel alone, God is holding your hand. When you feel weak, God is giving you strength you don't even realize yet. God says, trust me. I am opening doors you cannot see. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your healing is already on the way. Your blessings are aligning at the perfect time. Do not give up now. Do not lose hope now. Heaven is working behind the scenes for you. God says this season will change. Your pain will turn into power. Your struggle will turn into success. Stay patient, stay faithful, stay grateful, because God's plan for you is bigger than your fear. God says, I am shaping you, not breaking you. Every challenge you face is making you wiser, stronger, and closer to your destiny. You may not understand it now, but one day you will look back and thank God for every closed door that protected you from the wrong path. God says, I removed certain people from your life because they were blocking your growth. Not everyone who leaves is a loss. Some departures are divine protection. Do not regret what ended. Celebrate what is coming. God says, you are entering a new season. A season of peace. A season of clarity. A season where your efforts finally pay off. The nights you cried in silence are turning into mornings filled with strength. God says, hold on a little longer. What you prayed for is already written in your destiny. What you waited for is aligning perfectly. No delay is accidental. No struggle is wasted. God says, I am about to surprise you. Your name will be spoken in rooms you have never entered. Opportunities will find you without you chasing them. Stay humble, stay grounded, stay connected to God. Because when God lifts you, no one can pull you down. God says, your breakthrough will inspire others. Your story will give hope. Your journey will give strength. Your faith will become your greatest testimony. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust God. The best chapter of your life is about to begin. Take a deep breath, slow down your thoughts, and open your heart. This message is not accidental. God wanted you to hear this today. God says, I know your heart. I know how hard you have tried. I know how many times you wanted to give up, but you didn't. You kept going, even when no one noticed. You stayed strong, even when you felt weak inside. God says, I saw every silent battle you fought. There were nights when you smiled during the day but cried alone in the dark. You asked God, why is this happening to me? Why is nothing changing? Why am I still waiting? God says, because I am preparing you. Not every delay is rejection. Not every closed door is punishment. Sometimes God slows things down so they don't break you. God says, I am protecting you from things you don't even see. You think you lost something, but God removed it because it was about to hurt you. Some people left your life not because you were not good enough, but because they were not meant to go where God is taking you. God says, do not chase what I removed. Trust me, you are not behind in life, you are right on time. God's time. God says, I am working in silence. Just because you don't see results yet doesn't mean nothing is happening. Roots grow underground before the tree appears above the surface, and right now, God is strengthening your roots. God says, your season is changing. The pain you felt was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to teach you. You learned patience, you learned strength, you learned faith. God says, I am proud of you. You kept believing even when life didn't make sense. You kept praying even when answers didn't come immediately. God says, your prayers have power. Every word you spoke to God was heard, every tear that fell was counted, and nothing went unnoticed. God says, what you asked for is already on the way. But understand this, if I give you blessings too early, you may not be ready to handle them. That's why I am shaping you first. God says, I am building your character before I change your circumstances. Because the blessing is not just about what you receive. It's about who you become. You asked God for peace, God removed chaos. You asked God for growth, God gave challenge. You asked God for strength, God gave struggles. God says, everything had a purpose. Now listen carefully, a new chapter is opening in your life. A chapter where your efforts start showing results. Where your heart feels lighter. Where your faith feels stronger. God says, do not be afraid of what's coming. What's coming will be better than what you lost. You will look back one day and say, now I understand why God made me wait. And God says, your breakthrough is closer than you think. The same God who carried you through your worst days will not abandon you now. You are not alone. You were never alone. God was walking beside you the whole time. God says, hold on just a little longer. This struggle is not your final destination. Your story will inspire others. Your survival will give someone else hope. Your faith will become your testimony. God says, I am about to elevate you. Stay humble, stay grateful, stay connected to me, because when God lifts you, no one can pull you down. Release fear, release doubt, release the past. Trust God completely. Because God's plan for you is bigger than your pain, stronger than your fear, and greater. God says, I know you better than anyone else. I know your thoughts. I know your fears. I know the battles you fight silently every day. You smile in front of people, but deep inside, you feel tired. You help everyone, yet you feel forgotten. God says, I see you. I saw you holding yourself together when everything inside you was breaking. I saw you choosing faith when fear was louder. You wondered many times, why is my life so hard? Why do others move ahead while I wait? Why do my prayers feel unanswered? God says, because I am working deeply, not quickly. Some blessings are delayed because they are too powerful to be given before the right time. If I gave you everything you asked for earlier, it would have overwhelmed you. God says, I am not punishing you. I am preparing you. Every delay had a reason, every closed door had protection behind it. You lost people you trusted, you lost opportunities you prayed for, you lost versions of yourself you loved, but God says, I removed what could not grow with you. Not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. Some people were lessons, some were tests, some were answers to prayers you once prayed without realizing it. God says, stop blaming yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew at that time. Release guilt, release regret, release self-doubt. God says, I never left your side. Even on the days you felt lost, confused, and broken, I was guiding you quietly. God says, your pain had a purpose. Pain slowed you down so you could listen, pain humbled you so you could grow, pain strengthened you so you could survive the next level. You asked God for peace. God removed chaos. You asked God for strength. God gave challenges. You asked God for clarity. God gave silence. God says, everything worked together for your good. Right now, you may feel like you are behind in life, but God says, you are not late. You are being aligned. I am aligning your heart, I am aligning your mindset, I am aligning your destiny. What is meant for you will never miss you. God says, stop comparing your journey. Other people's timelines are not your deadlines. Your story is different because your calling is different. God says, I am strengthening your roots. Trees grow deep underground before they grow tall above ground, and right now, you are growing where no one can see. That is why it feels lonely, that is why it feels slow, but God says, growth is happening. Soon, others will see the strength you built in silence. God says, a shift is coming. A shift in your mindset. A shift in your energy. A shift in your life. The season of confusion is ending, the season of clarity is beginning. God says, do not fear what is coming. What is coming will heal you, what is coming will surprise you, what is coming will be worth the wait. You will soon understand why I asked you to stay patient. God says, your breakthrough is closer than you think. That prayer you almost stopped praying, that you almost up on, that hope tried to bury, God says, I kept it alive. Because it is still part of your destiny. Stay faithful even when answers are silent, stay kind. Even when life is unfair, stay humble. Even when success comes, God says, I am opening doors you did not knock on. Opportunities will come unexpectedly, help will come from unexpected people, peace will come unexpectedly. This is divine timing. God says, I am turning your wounds into wisdom. Your story will inspire someone, your survival will give someone strength, your faith will give someone hope. Do not hide your journey. One day, it will be someone else's miracle. God says, I am proud of you. You did not quit. You did not give up on yourself, you did not lose your faith completely. And that is why better days are coming. God says, let go of fear now. Fear belongs to the past. Faith belongs to your future. Release control, release anxiety, release expectations, trust God fully. Because when God is guiding you, nothing meant for you will be lost. God says, I am turning your wounds into wisdom. Your story will inspire someone, your survival will give someone strength, your faith will give someone hope. Do not hide your journey. Point one day, it will be someone else's miracle. God says, I am proud of you. You did not quit. You did not give up on yourself, you did not lose your faith completely. And that is why better days are coming. God says, let go of fear now. Fear belongs to the past. Faith belongs to your future. Release control, release anxiety, release expectations, trust God fully. Because when God is guiding you, nothing meant for you will be lost. Breathe in peace, breathe out worry. You are safe, you are protected, you are chosen. God says, the best chapter of your life is about to begin. Take a deep breath and listen carefully. God says, I know you are tired, I know you feel alone sometimes, I know there are nights when your heart feels heavy and your eyes fill with tears. But my child, I have never left you, even when you stopped talking to me, even when you doubted yourself, even when you felt broken. I was there. Watching it, protecting, guiding you silently. You may not see it now, but every delay in your life is not a denial. It is preparation. I am shaping you for something bigger. God says, do not compare your journey with others. Their path is different, their timing is different. Their struggles are different. What I have planned for you requires strength, patience, and faith. That is why you are being tested more, that is why you feel pressure, that is why you feel misunderstood. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and I am making you stronger than you realize. If I brought you this far, I will not leave you now. That door which is closed today will open suddenly. That prayer you think is unanswered is already being answered behind the scenes. Trust me. God says, stop worrying about tomorrow. Tomorrow is already in my hands. Focus on today. Focus on your faith. Focus on your growth. When you surrender control, you gain peace. When you trust me fully, miracles begin quietly. I see your efforts, I see your honesty, I see your pain that you hide behind a smile. And I promise you this, your tears will not be wasted, your patience will be rewarded, your story will inspire others soon, very soon. People will ask you, how did you survive that difficult time? And you will smile and say, God carried me. My child, I know your heart. I know the battles you fight silently. I know how strong you act, even when inside you feel weak. You have given more love than you received, you have trusted people who broke your trust, you have stayed kind in a world that was not always kind to you, and I have seen everything. God says, do not think your kindness is your weakness. It is your greatest power. The tears you cried in silence, the prayers you whispered late at night, the strength you showed when no one noticed, none of it is forgotten. I am proud of you. You may feel right now that nothing is changing, that life is stuck, that your dreams are far away, but listen carefully. I am working for you in ways you cannot see. The delay is not rejection. The pain is not punishment. This season is shaping your future. God says, stop doubting yourself. You are stronger than your fears. You are braver than your past. You are closer to your breakthrough than you think. What you lost was not meant to stay. What is meant for you is coming with peace, not pain. Very soon, you will smile again without forcing it, you will sleep peacefully, you will feel light inside. And when that day comes, you will understand why I made you wait. Because what I am giving you is better than what you asked for. God says, trust me, hold on a little longer, keep believing, keep praying. I am turning your struggles into strength, I am turning your wounds into wisdom, and I am turning your story into a testimony. If you are listening to this, this is your sign. God has not forgotten you, God is walking with you. God is preparing something beautiful for you. Just whisper once from your heart, God, I trust you. There are days when you feel invisible, like no one truly understands what you carry inside your heart, but listen to me carefully. I see you, I see how you keep going even when you feel empty. I see how you stay quiet even when your heart wants to scream, and I want you to know this, your silence is not weakness, it is strength learned through pain. God says, stop blaming yourself for things you could not control. You did your best with the heart you had at that moment. Not everything that broke was your fault. Sometimes I remove people because they are blocking the blessings meant for you. You may wonder, why did this happen to me? And God answers, because you are strong enough to rise again. What tried to destroy you actually refined you, what made you cry taught you how to stand alone. And one day, you will look back and say, that pain saved me. God says, Anjali, I am healing you quietly. Not all healing is loud, not all progress is visible. Sometimes, healing looks like learning to breathe again. Sometimes, it looks like choosing peace over arguments. Sometimes, it looks like walking away without explanation, and that is growth. Very soon, you will feel lighter. Your heart will feel safe again. Your smile will come back naturally. I am aligning things for you. I am moving people for you. I am opening doors you didn't even knock on. God says softly, do not rush. Do not fear. Do not give up. Your story is still being written, and the next chapter is filled with peace. Trust me, I am with you every step.